CJ came to me. He's like, I have an idea. I was like, okay, let's hear it. And he's like, we should do a monthly league to like track metas. And I was like, I'm on board, and ran with it.
Hail Sorcerers, Root here, and welcome back to the archives. Today, I am incredibly excited to have two of my really close friends with me, Bruce from Golden Eagle and CJ from Old Fashioned Nerd. We're here to talk today about something that's really exciting in the sorcery community, the Sorcerers Summit. So we had a chance to play the first round of the Sorcerers Summit in January of 2025. And you undoubtedly have seen the awesome trailer that was put up to really start to build some interest in it. So CJ and Bruce are kind of the masterminds behind the Sorcerer Summit and wanted to do a video today to give you guys a chance to hear a little bit more about it. So Bruce and CJ, can you tell me a little bit about yourselves and what inspired you to start to build the Sorcerer Summit?
Sure. Bruce, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, no, so doing the YouTube stuff for a while, doing the gameplay meta breakdowns, and CJ came to me. He's like, I have an idea. I was like, okay, let's hear it. And he's like, we should do a monthly league to like track metas. And I was like, I'm on board, and ran with it.
Yeah, so basically we were talking about just like community engagement. It started a little while ago, just like YouTube videos, like AL and everything. We're getting a whole bunch of views. We saw new people joining the Discord, joining the Reddit, and you could just see games being played, right? Like in the Discord, which I love to see. Like even if I'm not able to play, I love popping on and just being like, oh heck yeah, 5 rooms are built right now, and like that's an awesome feeling. And so I noticed that just in general, when there's more tournaments, there's more engagement. And people keep talking about like lack of competitive scene or something. So I'm like, what if we did a cash tournament like every month and just like we were able to track the meta, we were able to test different things, because people always are like, hey, best of 3 would be better, or hey, we should do, round robin in pods, and then the survivors get to, and we're like, well, we could just run our own tournament and try those things out. And so I was like, hey, Bruce, you want to help me out and figure this thing out? Because and then the other cool thing is, because Bruce is like the stats and breakdown guy, if we have a monthly tournament with competitive players, we'll be able to have like a real-time document, like a living document of the meta, saying like, oh wow, February of 2025, like Archimago was a monster, and then around like May was when they figured out that this is the perfect counter, and all of a sudden, who knew Avatar Fire is the queen of? No, I'm just kidding. But you would have like a document where we could actually like reference those things, which I thought would be kind of cool.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's not only a place for folks that want to engage in some more organized competitive play to do so, but also a place to really just start to look at the meta of sorcery as it's growing, changing, and evolving over the course of the cycle of the set. You had mentioned it's a cash tournament as well. It's a little different than what we see a lot of times with the sorcery events. So I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit more about that aspect of it.
I wanted something to entice players to join, and I thought cash would be good. And I also didn't have any idea how, 1, successful, 2, expensive it would be. Like, so we've had a lot of people being really interested, which is amazing, even before we made it public, because we forgot to make it invite only by mods. So the server grew by like a lot, but we were excited to see all these people coming in and wanting to join. But also now that I've seen that we've had 50 people join or whatever, I'm like, oh, we could actually do prizes having to do with art. But at first I was like, I don't know, if we have 10 players, then that's like $100 or something. We'll be able to offer something for some people.
Yeah, and I think as a person that participated in what we'll call, I guess, the pilot run for it when we did that invite-only event, the $10 buy-in I think is pretty standard for what you'd see at a normal local game store for engaging in an event like that. And I think it was just really cool to be able to participate in a tabletop simulator-focused experience that kind of mirrors the local game store experience, building the community surrounding the Sorcerers Summit, and then also having a bit of a different pricing structure than what you might see normally. So I thought it was an absolute blast. And even though I got absolutely crushed in the first couple rounds, it was still so much fun, and it's fueled me to kind of rework my approach and hopefully get a couple better draws the next round of the event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so to speak about the pilot this last month, the first one we did, I think we had 22 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
22 people, and so moving forward, what CJ said, the server grew to 50. So we're hoping for like 30, 35 people to join next month. Like that'd be our target. And then it's still going to be a learning experience for both me and CJ. But I think this first round went really well.
Yeah, I agree. It was super smooth. I had no issues. It was really easy to get matched up with the opponents and to get the games in. And I like that it's like essentially a full month event, so it gives you time to play on your time and find the individuals that you're going to be matched up against and coordinate with them to make sure that you don't feel this incredible time pressure in a short period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're excited about it, and like I said, the plan right now is to possibly get our artists to do altars or artist proofs or maybe an end of year painting. We'll see. It depends on how successful this thing is. But I think it's kind of important to mention that Bruce and I aren't trying to make any money off of this at all. The plan would be because of legality reasons, I can't do a percentage of the buy-in is the prize, because when I looked it up, that makes it too close to gambling. But I can base it kind of based on the prior month. So if you say, wow, there's 50 people in here and the prize is only 350, it's probably because the prior month that's how many people we got. But we're not gonna take home money. The plan will be for the next one to maybe be 500 or something, because it's illegal to set, or at least from my understanding, it's illegal for me to say, okay, we got X amount of players, the prize pool will be this, and it's gonna be based on that entry fee, because I think that's too close to a poker ante.
So really using it as a way to kind of continue to build the Sorcerers Summit itself and to continue expanding it and support that. Not necessarily a driven by for-profit approach.
Yeah, no. So we were talking about how there may be some fees associated with if we're using PayPal, the international transactions, depending if we get the EU community. So not 100% of it will be going back in, but the plan is for 100% of what comes into the Sorcerer Summit is going to go into either prizing or just maintaining the Sorcerer Summit without profit going to us.
Fantastic. And you'd mentioned, potential for European folks to join. Is that something that they're going to be able to do for this next season, or are we still locked into North American only?
So I want to say it's fine. So I spoke to
maybe
some
a question to answer at a different time.
I spoke to some lawyers, and it seems like it's legal for me to host a tournament in the U.S., but it actually might not be legal for players in their regional countries, and so they would have to
kind of look up to make sure that would be legal in their region.
If you're in Romania, I don't know what the Romanian laws are. I know that it is legal for me to host an online tournament where I am, and to have players join as long as they're 18 or above, which is important to know. Cash tournaments can't be for people under 18. I am so sorry. But if you have local laws, it would be important to check them on your own. I'm not sure. I doubt it'll become an issue, but I can't speak to every country in the world. I didn't go at that depth.
The issue with a wider base is playing on a timely manner. I think we've all been in Ira's league and whatnot, and sometimes it drags on. It's really hard to find time to play. So we're going to have a designated 10 Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern or some kind of time frame for these are the core hours. If you can be available,
you have to be available during those hours.
And we're going to use East Coast time just because me and CJ are on East Coast time.
Yeah.
So if you can work it within that, feel free to join.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It doesn't mean that you can't play at 4 a.m. That's fine. I've actually just set a game up right now for the Ira's League to play tonight at 3 a.m. So I'm switching from day shift to night shift tonight. But the idea is you would need to reasonably be able to play between those hours of 10 and 10, because that's when most people's schedules are going to work. You don't have to play at that time, but if you're going to join and get all your games in a timely manner, you can't be I'm only available at 2 a.m. Eastern time. You're well, okay.
That makes sense. So, one couple of final questions. If people are interested in joining the Sorcerers Summit and competing in the monthly tournaments, how would they go about registering and getting more information about that? What's the best way to do that?
Bruce?
So I'll take that lead. So we're going to have a Google sign-up sheet. You can join the Discord. The Discord will have an announcement probably on the 3rd when the trailer goes live. with links and
you
instructions
can
on how to sign
check
up.
the comment section below this video as well, and we'll have links to the Sorcerers Summit Discord there too.
Yeah, so there'll be instructions on the Discord, so you can join the Discord. It's all going to be hosted through Discord. I mean, if you have an in-person chance to schedule a thing, I'm sure go for it. But it's going to be all through TTS and Discord, and be handled through Google Sheets and Forms and PayPal.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the trailer should be live on the 27th, and then signups will take place probably on 27th.
On that day, 27th through the 3rd.
So January 27th is the sign up through February 3rd for this next set of events.
Yeah, I think that should work.
Awesome.
So we should be able to start the league, assuming everything goes perfectly and we don't have any stragglers. It'll be the league could start on the 4th probably.
Fantastic. And we can expect a similar pattern for the monthly events moving forward, where it's kind of a sign up at the end of the month and leading into the beginning of the next month, and then you can start to play your games from there.
Yeah, we have to feel out the overlap, but yeah, that's going to be a learning process.
Yeah. Fantastic. Sure. So really, just to quickly recap, the Sorcerers Summit is an awesome new opportunity for folks who are interested in more organized competitive tournament play with a really casual feel to it. I think that the feeling of the league was really great when we did the pilot. So really maintaining that sorcery community feel. Signups will happen through the Discord, and there'll be some other ways to get information through Google Sheets, matches, etc. It is a cash tournament for now, and if you're interested in joining, you can hop in the official Sorcerers Summit Discord to communicate with the team and get some more questions answered. Any final thoughts before we allow our sorcerers to hop off this video and go register for the event?
Come and join. Come test some decks.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'd be surprised what is doing well in the tournament so far. It's been a lot of fun, honestly. It's not the same BS you expected. Listen, dude, crabs is overpowered. Let me just tell you.
I've been preaching that message for almost a year now. The crabs are where it's at.
For sure.
Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Here, if you're excited, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down there, and make sure to check out the Sorcerers Summit spoiler video or trailer to get a more exciting view of what is in store for the community for sorcery. Well, thanks again for joining. Really hope that you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you at the Sorcerers Summit with both CJ and Bruce, and hope you have a wonderful day. Root out.
Okay.